Hello.
I'm here to help you understand generative AI in supply chain management. Let's work through this material together. Today, we start by looking at what generative AI is and why it's such a big deal for supply chain teams. We'll cover the basics, discuss how it's different from other types of AI you might know, and then introduce some key terms like LLMs and NLP. Our goal is to give you a clear picture of how this technology changes things for the better, making work faster and more efficient. So, what exactly is generative AI? It's a type of artificial intelligence that can create new content. This means it can make text, code, images, music, or other things that look and sound like a person made them. Think of it like a smart assistant that doesn't just analyze what's already there, but can also invent something new. For example, traditional AI might tell you what sold well last year by looking at sales data. But generative AI can take that data and write a full report about market trends. It can even suggest new product ideas. This ability to create is what sets it apart. You might know other types of AI, like those that predict if a machine will break or sort emails into spam. This older AI finds patterns in existing data to make predictions or sort things. Generative AI works differently. It makes new things from scratch. It does not just pick an answer from a list, it creates a new answer. Instead of just identifying a problem, it can help write a solution. Imagine a traditional AI flags a bad part in your inventory. It tells you there's a defect. A generative AI, however, can take that information and draft an email to the supplier, write a report explaining the issue, and even suggest alternative parts. Supply chain teams often face similar challenges: many manual tasks, too much data to sort through, and slow decisions. Making complex operations better is hard. Generative AI can help with these. It speeds up work and makes tasks easier. Think about spending less time writing routine reports and more time making decisions from those reports. It can analyze complex data faster than a person and turn that analysis into clear summaries or action plans. This means teams can shift their focus from repetitive work to more strategic tasks. This leads to faster operations, better problem solving, and a more efficient supply chain. When people talk about generative AI, especially for text, you will often hear two terms: large language models, or LLMs, and natural language processing, or NLP. Large language models are like the brains of many generative AI tools. They are massive computer programs trained on huge amounts of text. This training helps them understand how language works so they can generate human like text. When you ask an LLM a question, it uses what it learned to give you a detailed answer or create new writing. Natural language processing, or NLP, is an area of AI that helps computers understand, interpret, and use human language. It is what allows an LLM to read a document, understand what it's about, and then write a response that makes sense to us. Think about how these work together. An LLM, using its NLP skills, can help your supply chain team summarize long supplier contracts. It understands the contract's language and then creates a clear summary, saving you hours of reading. This is a powerful combination for anyone in supply chain. Let's recap what we have covered in this first lesson. We defined generative AI as AI that creates new content, setting it apart from traditional AI that mostly predicts or classifies. We looked at why this creative ability is so important for supply chain teams, helping to reduce manual tasks and speed up decisions. Then, we introduced large language models, or LLMs, as the brains, and natural language processing, or NLP, as the skill that allows AI to understand and generate human language. These foundational concepts are key to understanding the exciting applications we'll explore next. Welcome back. In our previous lesson, we covered the basics of generative AI. Now we are exploring its practical applications. We'll start with how it makes planning and forecasting better, then move on to how it helps with procurement and managing suppliers. This means looking at demand forecasts, inventory, risk, and then how we find and work with our partners. Our aim is to show you how generative AI transforms these core areas, making them faster and more insightful. Demand forecasting is very important. It helps you know what to make and how much to stock. Generative AI makes these forecasts much better. It looks at all sorts of information: past sales, market trends, news about economic changes, and even social media. From all this, the AI creates more detailed and accurate forecasts. What's more, it often explains why it made a prediction. This helps your team understand the forecast better and trust it more. For example, Fashion Forward, a retailer, used AI to combine years of sales data with social media trends to get accurate seasonal inventory forecasts. Managing inventory means having enough products without having too much. Too little means lost sales. Too much means wasted money. Generative AI helps get this balance right. It looks at your current stock, expected demand, and lead times for new orders. Then it suggests optimal order quantities and when to reorder. It can also help manage items not selling well. It might generate reports on slow-moving products and suggest ways to move them. This reduces waste and makes sure popular products are always available. This helps a retail supply chain team get weekly reports from an AI that suggests the best stock levels. The supply chain world is full of surprises. Things like natural disasters or sudden changes in demand can disrupt everything. Generative AI helps teams prepare for these what-if situations. It quickly creates different scenarios, showing what might happen under various conditions. It scans news feeds, weather reports, and geopolitical data to spot potential risks before they become big problems. This allows your team to plan ahead and react faster. For example, before hurricane season, a logistics team used AI to generate disruption scenarios for shipping routes, including cost impacts and alternative plans. Finding the right suppliers can take a lot of time. Procurement teams often spend weeks researching and checking partners. Generative AI speeds this up. It quickly searches huge amounts of information, like supplier databases, company websites, and compliance records. It then summarizes profiles, checks certifications, and compares capabilities against your needs. This helps your team create a short list of qualified suppliers much faster. TechGear, a manufacturing firm, used AI to scan global vendor profiles and industry news, cutting down sourcing time from a month to a few days for a unique component. Legal documents like supplier contracts are often long and complex. Understanding all the terms, spotting risks, and preparing for negotiations can be a huge task. Generative AI simplifies this. It reads and understands these complex documents. It then highlights important terms, points out potential risks, and even suggests areas where you can negotiate better. It can also help draft initial contract clauses or create talking points for your negotiation team. For example, a procurement manager uploaded a contract, and the AI highlighted all key clauses related to payment, delivery, and penalties, making preparation much easier. Procurement involves a lot of back and forth communication with suppliers. Drafting emails, sending out requests for quotes, and asking for updates can take up a lot of time. Generative AI helps automate much of this routine communication. It can draft customized emails based on templates, create specific RFQs for different suppliers, and even summarize supplier responses for easier comparison. This frees up your team to focus on building stronger supplier relationships and solving more complex issues. A purchasing team uses AI to draft customized RFQs, making it faster to compare offers and select the best one. Let's recap what we've learned in this lesson. We saw how generative AI significantly improves demand forecasting by analyzing vast data and explaining its predictions. It optimizes inventory by suggesting ideal stock levels and managing slow-moving items. We also discussed its power in quick scenario planning and risk assessment, helping teams prepare for disruptions. In procurement, AI speeds up supplier vetting, streamlines complex contract analysis, and automates routine communication, allowing teams to focus on strategic relationships. These applications show how AI directly boosts efficiency and resilience. Hello again. We've seen how generative AI boosts planning and procurement. Now let's explore how it revolutionizes logistics, operations, and customer service. We'll cover everything from smart route planning and warehouse efficiency to managing disruptions and enhancing how you talk to customers and your own team. The goal is to show you how AI leads to cost savings, faster deliveries, and happier customers, making your entire supply chain smoother and more responsive. Getting products from one place to another efficiently is key in logistics. Generative AI makes route planning much smarter. It doesn't just find the shortest path. It considers many things at once: real-time traffic, weather, delivery windows, fuel costs, and vehicle capacity. It then creates optimized routes that save time and money. For freight, it helps find the best carriers and suggests ways to consolidate shipments to fill trucks more completely. This leads to lower shipping costs and faster deliveries. Speedy Delivery, a courier service, uses AI to dynamically adjust routes for hundreds of drivers based on real-time data. Warehouses are busy places, and every minute saved means big cost savings. Generative AI helps make warehouse operations more efficient. It analyzes data about how products are stored and how workers move. Based on this, it suggests better warehouse layouts or more efficient picking paths for workers. It can even predict when equipment might need maintenance, helping to avoid costly breakdowns. The AI can also generate clear reports summarizing warehouse activity and suggest areas for improvement. A warehouse manager uses an AI tool to analyze picking data and order patterns to create optimal picking routes for staff. The global supply chain is complex and can be easily disrupted by events like natural disasters or port closures. Generative AI helps teams anticipate and manage these problems. It constantly monitors global news, social media, weather forecasts, and geopolitical updates. When it spots a potential disruption, it generates alerts for your team. More than that, it suggests alternative plans, like rerouting shipments or finding new suppliers, helping your team react quickly and minimize the impact. An international shipping team receives AI-generated alerts about labor strikes at a key port, including suggested alternative routes. Customers today expect quick answers, especially about their orders. Generative AI greatly improves how supply chain teams handle customer service. It powers chatbots and virtual assistants smart enough to handle many common questions. These AI tools provide personalized and accurate responses about order status, delivery times, or product information. They work 24/7, freeing up your human agents for more complex issues. This means customers get help faster, and your team is more efficient. Global Gadgets, an e-commerce company, uses an AI chatbot to answer 80% of customer questions, passing complex issues to human agents with full context. Supply chain teams get a lot of feedback from customers through emails, reviews, and surveys. Sifting through this manually can be overwhelming. Generative AI analyzes large volumes of customer feedback. It quickly summarizes sentiments, identifies recurring issues, and highlights areas needing improvement. This helps your team understand what's working and what isn't, so they can make better decisions faster. After a product launch, a team used AI to analyze thousands of reviews, generating a report on common complaints like packaging was damaged, guiding future product and logistics improvements. Communication within a supply chain team and with other departments is vital. Generative AI makes internal communication and reporting faster and clearer. It helps draft various internal documents, such as daily operational reports, meeting summaries, or updates on the status of the supply chain. This reduces time spent on administrative tasks and ensures important information is shared quickly and consistently. It means team members spend less time writing and more time acting on information. A supply chain manager uses AI to generate daily KPI reports, saving hours of manual writing and ensuring timely information sharing across departments. To sum up this lesson, we explored generative AI's power in optimizing logistics and operations. We saw how it makes route planning smarter, improves warehouse efficiency, and helps manage supply chain disruptions proactively. Then, we moved to customer service, where AI automates responses, personalizes interactions, and quickly summarizes customer feedback to identify trends. Finally, we looked at how AI enhances internal communication and reporting, ensuring faster, clearer information flow across your organization. These applications highlight generative AI as a truly transformative tool for your entire supply chain. Welcome to our final lesson. We have explored the many ways generative AI can transform your supply chain. Now let's talk about the how-to. This lesson gives you practical steps for bringing generative AI into your team. We will look at identifying opportunities, preparing your data, choosing the right tools, running pilot projects, and training your team. We will also cover important ethical considerations. The goal is to equip you with a roadmap to start your AI journey, making your supply chain more efficient and resilient. Bringing generative AI into your team does not have to be a huge, complicated project. Start by looking for small, clear opportunities where it can make a difference. Think about tasks that are repetitive, take a lot of time, involve processing a lot of data, or where communication could be faster. These pain points are good places to try out AI. Look for low-hanging fruit. Encourage your team to brainstorm. What parts of their day do they wish they could speed up or automate? For example, if writing the weekly inventory report takes 4 hours, that is a perfect candidate for AI automation. Generative AI tools are only as good as the data they use. If your data is messy, incomplete, or hard to access, the AI's output will not be very helpful. So before you start, think about your data. Is it clean? Is it structured in a way that AI can understand? Is it accessible? This often means making sure your data sources are well organized and that there are clear rules for how data is collected and stored. Good data governance is crucial here. It is like building a house. You need a strong foundation. For instance, ensure sales data is accurate and consistent before using AI for demand forecasting. The market for generative AI tools is growing fast. How do you pick the right one? Start by thinking about what you need the tool to do. Consider how easy it is to use. Can your team learn it quickly? Also, think about integration. Can it connect with your existing systems, like your ERP or CRM software? Security is also key. How will your data be protected? And what kind of support does the vendor offer? Sometimes it is good to start with readily available tools, even free or low-cost options, for initial exploration before investing in larger, more complex solutions. The best way to start is with a small pilot project. This means choosing one specific task or area to apply generative AI. This lets you test the waters, see what works, and learn along the way without a huge commitment. Define what success looks like for your pilot and measure it. If the pilot is successful, you can then think about scaling up. This means expanding the use of the AI tool to more tasks, more people, or other departments. Remember to learn from your pilots and adjust your approach. For example, a pilot project uses AI to summarize daily operational meetings. If successful, it can expand to other departments. Bringing new technology means change, and people often have questions or concerns. It is important to address the human side of AI adoption. Generative AI is a tool to empower your employees, not replace them. Invest in training your staff on how to use new AI tools effectively. Show them how AI can take over repetitive tasks, freeing them up for more interesting and strategic work. Explain the benefits clearly and involve them in the process. Good communication helps manage this change. A company holding workshops to teach procurement teams how AI handles tedious parts, allowing them to focus on relationships, helps employees see AI as a helper. As with any powerful tool, it is important to use generative AI responsibly. There are a few key things to keep in mind: data privacy, potential biases in the AI, and the need for transparency. Always consider how your data is being used and protected. Be aware that AI models can sometimes pick up biases from the data they are trained on, which could lead to unfair or inaccurate results. Always ensure there is human oversight for important decisions. The AI should assist, but the final judgment should come from a person. When using AI for supplier vetting, teams review AI recommendations to ensure no accidental bias. This guide has shown how generative AI is not just a futuristic idea. It is a tool that supply chain teams are using now to work faster and smarter. You have seen how it helps with forecasting, buying, moving goods, and talking to customers. The goal is clear. Use generative AI to free up your team for more important work. This includes strategic thinking, building relationships, and solving complex problems. Remember, start small. Focus on clear problems within your daily operations. Keep learning about what generative AI can do. This is about giving people better tools so they can be more effective and productive. Your supply chain can become more efficient, more resilient, and ready for what is next.